Alright. Well, sorry about the skipped frame rates and stuff that's going on right now. We're trying to, I'm in the middle of upgrading the other computer that I have down here from the one that we're using right now for this area, and it's still in the process of doing all the software stuff on it. So I haven't had it, didn't get it quite ready for this live stream. So we'll do it for Thursdays. So, but anyway, happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. Hope the little over here it's been rainy and damp and just drizzling or raining. Just been wet all day. So it's good. We're home, nice and dry now, and we can basically get ourselves set up, do a little bit of drawing here, a little bit of relaxation. So anyway, hope you guys had a good day. We're going to do it ourselves also. Let's see, pull up one of my screens over here on the side. Let's try that. And let's go to here. Kind of get everything up and running. And let's see what we got going on here. But yes, again, I apologize for the lag. But working on colored pencil stuff today. Our sketch or artboard we were working on, where we were inking it last time. I kind of got a little bit ahead. I tried not to go as far as I did do, but I wanted to do more of it and the colored pencil stuff on it. So we're doing basically a color study with the colored pencil here, and I got some of them already selected that I did a layout on. I always kind of grab and do a couple little color swatch colors there to kind of see how some of the blending goes. And we're just going to work with that from now. So, anywho, let's see here. Let's go ahead and let me grab, see what colors I got, see what I've already gone through. But yeah, I got a big tower over here now. And what we're using right now is this little tiny mini computer that's sitting on the corner that I kind of put in here. So that way I'm not at my workstation behind me all the time. Well, because this art piece is so large. So, but anyhow, I hope your days went well. I had a lot of wiring issues that came on and off with this that I've started finding that was from previous installations on the Piper that I worked on today. So I didn't even get a chance to do a little reel on how it went out there, and it was wet and nasty. So it just good to be back in here. So let's see here. Maybe we'll use some of this. This is some chestnut. See if some chestnut bring us that kind of brownish. Kind of want it to be a little bit of a dark brown, kind of black looking, but I don't want to use black because I don't want to just muddy it out. So with the color study with this, hey Frontier Man, how you doing? We still got some lag because I'm still using the little tiny computer that I have Well, my big workstation I put together over the weekend and stuff, and getting Windows 10 and all that installed on it, so it just wasn't ready yet. I was hoping to, but it just didn't make the crunch time. So, we're doing some colored pencil blending and doing a color study with this with colored pencil. I've been trying, and my light, I got another, I'm going to be working on getting another light. I'm going to get the one that actually has the LED that goes all the way across the entire workspace, so that way it lights it all in. So that way we don't got a shadow. So just some stuff to bear with, probably for one more live stream. For this live stream at least. Well, maybe one more because of Thanksgiving. You might still do a live stream on it. But anyway, I hope your day is going good. It's been kind of rainy down here. So been fixing some old mistakes in the piper from other installations that need to be done. This is clay rose. This will get me some of the lighter colors. So as you'll see on some of this, you'll see that I have some lighter areas for some highlights and stuff. And we're looking to try and get a mixture of color to it. But we don't want it to we don't want it to be too close, because we want it to have a good differentiation in it. So that way it actually provides a nice little bit of vibrance to it instead of a flat look. And that's what we're looking for with this. We're trying to do this color study with the blending area on it. And of course, I got my brush, and I got this piece of paper here so I don't rub or get any oils on this with my hand when I run across it. So we're working a little bit on this. We're going to make kind of a glow effect with the spear, and as you can see, some of it already I kind of did with the face. I want to see if I can get that a little bit better. Maybe I can adjust the camera. Let me see if I can move the camera in a little bit. See if we can. Seen my workstation for a moment there. Sunny and cold. Well, I'd prefer sunny and cold than just wet and just damp. So, alright. Alright, so anyway, we'll get back on this. So right now, I already worked on some of the, I used dark umber for some of the black areas that I kind of did, in dark brown. Hey Brian, howdy man. Thank you, brother. And I also used chocolate for this to get some of these colors already on it. At the end, this part down here will end up looking like the rest of these up here, because as I keep blending the colors together, we're going to get that effect that we want, to where we can have it'll start to smooth it out. So that's the neat thing about using the colored pencils, is they allow you to mix with a whole multitude of colors, not just what you see. I mean, I got a huge box of these. These are Prismacolor Premiers, and I like them because they are a soft type colored pencil, so they blend really nice. So as you keep working the color in, you'll start to get those colors to blend together, and they'll look really, really good. How was your day been, Brian? Get your phone situation sorted out? From what I gather, they were giving you sort of a mess. So, let's see. And again, I apologize for the lag. Like I said, we're still using the little backup computer here while this big one gets set up. I'll have to get you some pictures of this thing. This thing is monstrous. I actually had to remove part of my drawer, my storage area that hangs down underneath my art table here, just so it would fit in there. Well, it'd fit, and me fit in the art table area. I mean, it'd fit in there, but then I wouldn't be able to roll in underneath it. So, alright. Hopefully I'm coming in good. It looks like I got the audio at least working right. We have a little bit of a, like I said, a little bit of lag where it's missing a couple of frames, so it's not exactly the smoothest in the world. But we'll get along with it today. So, anybody got any big plans for Thanksgiving? I'm going to be going over to my in-laws' house and then to my brother's house for Thanksgiving. I'm making my teriyaki chicken thighs with some rice I don't know what vegetable. I was going to try and do peppers, but they didn't have any in stock for the moment. So let's see if I can. I think I'll slide these guys down here a little bit and just maybe split them up. There we go. That way there's not such a long run. Not with TracFone. Nope, I didn't even speak of them again. Getting specs from cell phone, transfer my home phone number to the new cell phone. I think TracFone should compensate for the $100 a year card and the new phone I bought. Oh, audio's good. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, that was. I was reading. You were telling me about that. So hopefully the Spectrum cell phone will work out really well, and you'll be able to get back in action on things. So, but yeah, with this chestnut, where it has this flat dark brown and a dark umber, which is almost like looks sort of like a blackish brown. Between that and then the chocolate color to give it just a little bit of a difference of hue, the chestnut actually helps bring in some of the warmth. It kind of gives it a little bit more of a kind of like a reddish tone into it, so it allows it to suddenly feel a little bit more texture in there. And then with the clay rose color here, I'll do some of the highlights with the. So just picking up some colored pencils that I haven't done color blending forever. I have a great Thanksgiving at my parents' house this year as one of my uncles is going on a cruise, eating turkey and Google. All right, well, good. I'm glad you get to spend time with your family and your folks. That's awesome. Let me hit a little bit of, go back up here to dark brown and see if we can work this shadow back in here at the top. Slide this up a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit easier. It sure better be they better not even report my phone. So that was nuts. Spectrum using Verizon, I believe. So that hopefully that'll be good service there since I'm getting rid of the home phone. Oh, cool. Yeah, and save you some money. Our neighbors are cooking Thanksgiving and ask us to join them. Awesome. Very cool. As long as you're hanging out with some people, with the people you care about, that's the whole point. That's a good point to it. So. Might even watch the parade. I haven't decided yet. So put a little bit of that dark umber in there to darken that back up. And we'll hit a little bit here of the clay rose. Show a little bit of highlighting. Blend it back out a little bit. And as you keep working it, the color actually blends in and starts to work in. And you start light when you do this. You don't want to press down heavy on it. All right, that's a start. Because you want it to be able to where the colors can actually mix. They actually do have a colorless blending pencil you can use. I just haven't used them or anything like that for it. So, but let's see if we can bring some color up into here as well. And of course this is going to, like I said, we're going to have a glowing effect we're going to make with the spear that she's holding. She's got a couple little, I still have some light pencil sketch marks because they're kind of making a translucent little cape that kind of is flowing behind her. And still got to do her armor pieces, and then we're going to do a background piece on that. So this one should come out pretty nice once we get it all done. So we'll work on, then we'll move on to something else. I can't believe we just literally almost got this fall harvest Thanksgiving overlay, and I'm going to have to start doing a Christmas one for December. So we're going to have to work on another overlay. Let's see. Yeah, it saves a little bit, thankfully. In the long run, the phone cost $200 in tax, and I had to buy it as my phone that I bought a couple months ago wasn't on their list to bring over. I bet it will. Yeah, it should come out pretty nice. And I got some frames laying around. I'm thinking I might put it in. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I'll put it up, see if anybody wants to buy it or something like that. I don't know. Put it in a frame also. Let's see. Been so busy with school stuff and everything, haven't had much time to get my website together and some of my other stuff I've been a little slacking on, but that's because of priorities. More Carmi Gardens was good. I'm still working on putting all the video together for that, and I'll post that here on, it'll most likely be on YouTube, but I'll put the link on Facebook and Instagram as well, so everybody can see it. Yeah, you got girl sanding his root off. Yeah, we're going to have to do something Christmassy with this. And of course, once I get this big workstation, this other massive desktop done up, I'll, looks like I got a YouTuber already dropping dropping some goodies. So let me go to my YouTube account, get rid of some of the spam. Unbelievable.
So everybody can see it. Yeah, you can grow Santa's Rudolph. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something Christmassy with this. And of course, once I get this big workstation, this other massive desktop done up,
Let's delete these messages.
looks like I got a YouTuber already dropping some goodies. Let me go to my YouTube.
There we go. Come on, close it out.
Get rid of some of this.
There we go. Alright. Jeez. It's funny. Let me go back and see if I can put my audio back on over here. And there we go. I guess that's something that I guess it's starting to get noticed. They're getting spam messages, I guess, but my spam bot doesn't always catch everything. I don't have it exactly set up too strong. But yeah, maybe I'll do we'll have to do something Christmassy with Santa or whatnot, and I don't know. Maybe if, like I said, I get this workstation up and running, we'll be able to stream a whole lot more smoothly and stuff. Maybe I'll put a little bit of animated stuff in there. Maybe we'll have some snow falling or something on that. I haven't quite decided yet. They added some more stuff that I can add to the live stream, so who knows? Maybe I'll add some interaction stuff on there to where you guys can make the screen do stuff as you're watching along. Another good thing with colored pencils, you see how far back I'm kind of holding on it. I'm not choked up on it really tight, so I'm just kind of blending the colors in. So that's another good thing with that, is we'll put it right through. It's funny, I've been getting spam here and there on my Facebook teaching page this year. Never used to, haven't gained any new people either, so it's odd. Huh. Yeah. Well, I started doing TikTok as well, dropping some photos, some little reels and stuff as well. So I'm probably getting a little bit more attention on that also. So, of course, I'm only seeing the viewers that I'm getting on Twitch. So I don't see who's on Facebook or how many people I have going on YouTube as well for the amount of viewers. So I just see the multi-stream chat that pops up, so I can see all the chat areas. But like, I had to go to my phone in order to pop it out or to delete those messages. Oh well. But yeah, been having some unexpected stuff to do with this. And worked on the Cardinal today too. We're doing an upgrade on the autopilot system, so you can see how it's starting to get a nice little bit of a reddish color into it. Still wish I could get that. I can't wait till I get the better lighting in here. That's what I do. I block and delete. Yeah, I basically hide the user from the channel, so that way if they do post anything else, I mean, they can still watch the channel, but you're not able to post anything. So, let's see if I can get that light to work out a little bit better again. You guys don't have to see me so much as I want you to be able to see maybe put it that way. I can't wait till I get my other light. It's really especially tough with the colored pencil, because this colored pencil has a little bit of a waxy finish on it. So, and actually technically I should be working from right to left, being I'm a left-handed. So But hope everybody's getting their Christmas stuff all finished up and finalized out, or at least I only have a little bit left to do. I got a little bit left myself to work on. So got some CAD work done. I did on the Cessna for putting in a glass panel in. Google. I'll have to see. I have a feeling the girls used my my card to buy something on Google. I have to chat with them when they get back. So. Let's see if I can lower the volume maybe on that. Oh yeah, there we go. Music probably sounded perfect to you guys, but man, it was kind of blasting me out a little bit. Forgot I had it turned up. I was listening to something else earlier. So, alright, we have that. Put a little round. Another good thing you do with the colored pencil is you make sure the tip's sharp, so when you do blend it doesn't start to get all fat, and that's why every now and then you'll see me kind of do this. That's me rolling the colored pencil so I keep a nice sharp point on the end of it as I'm blending it. And I don't do it to where it's straight up and down like that. I actually do little circles, so it doesn't have one set line direction, and I will turn the blending one way or the other that way as well. So that way, when you see, you don't have it to where it's just a straight line. You kind of do little circles on it, and it kind of gets a better blend to it. So, also with the sharpened colored pencil, you can actually get up against some of your line art and fill in some of the corners without it bleeding over too much. And you got to be patient with colored pencils. That's another nice thing about it. So. Let's see. Anything new with any of the sports and stuff going on, Brian? Any new game stuff happening? Anything interesting? So. Let's see. Wish I had some more time to pull up some little event stuff or new stuff. I gotta see how I can do some of this watch party stuff as well, to where we can have a little bit of other video stuff happening. Magic won one game. They're now 5-13. Oh, they actually won another one. Good deal. I mean, still not the best, but we're getting there. Let's go over to the what do we got? Oh, yeah. Alright. Alright, well, let's get a little bit of the color here blending in. And of course, we're going to be adding a little bit of this pink hue into it, like you'll see on some of it. I'll have to do some pictures and stuff as soon as we get a little bit further on this. That should help bring it out a little bit more. Been looking forward to this evening, be able to sit back here and just kind of get some coloring in, a little bit of relaxation, kind of decompress from finding more and more issues on that plane. It's kind of baffling. They have off until Friday. They still have too many hurt guys, including the three best, which doesn't make it easy. Two of the three have been hurt most of the past couple of years. There's a rookie who was one of the best players in the basketball until he got hurt. Oh, that's rough. Injuries are never a good thing. I hope they recover well. Let's see if we can give a little bit of... There we are. What the heck? I'm losing... Why is my music kicking off every now and then? Let's see, maybe we'll find another track. What's this? Actually, what's this one? Maybe we'll... Yeah. Let's see, maybe find something better. Or not. Looks like my... Looks like I'm having some issues with my music. That surprised me. Let's see. That's epic. There we go. Let's just hit that. There we are. Alright. Get back to this. So... But yeah, nope, found quite a bit of stuff going on. They had power wires, and there were power wires shouldn't have been sending power to, so they had a lot of dangerous stuff happening with that hookup on that plane. But we're going to make it right and make it safe. So, whoop. Looks like my computer just sent me a little message. I got her. But I'm not going to play with that until we get done with the live stream. So, can't wait though. Can't wait to get it done. That way won't have this lag on this backup computer we're working with. I'm sure you will. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like things when they're not done up right. So... Especially when it comes to somebody's safety and life with that plane flying and they got stuff in it, it's a little bit too dangerous because they didn't bother taking the time to wire it correctly. So okay, let's get that blended through. See how I'm getting closer up on the tip now? Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it is a little scary, some of the stuff we're seeing. I mean, there's definitely some dangerous stuff that was going on with that needed to be fixed up. Let's go to some chocolate here. Sharpen up the chocolate. clean off some of the excess. There we are. But yep. Yeah, no, I got some more RAM coming on the way for this workstation that's going to be hooked up to this section. So because I got my laptop back there that's plenty powerful enough to work from the workstation, but I need to get this area rigged up as well, so when we work on big projects like this, we're not getting skipped for frame rates and junk. Bothers me. My OCD's kicking in. But we're slowly getting some of that coloring in. Let's see if we can get some of this darker area that we're wanting to put for some of the shading there in. A little bit of chocolate color. Let's actually go back down. Let's go to the dark brown. Maybe we'll hit a. Let's see. Use some of that dark umber to almost get what looks like a black color, but it's not black. So, trying to keep it to where it has a nice vibrance to it. That's the trick to it. You don't want it to get too muddy. Just dealing with white and light, with black and white. I mean, it's good to focus on, to use that as a focus point for finding proper contrast, but you don't want to always color with that. Yeah, I just read a weatherman was in the news, however, I think it was, at the news pilot flying it crashed and they both died. The pilot had been flying it for a couple of decades, I think it said. They're investigating what caused it. Yeah, there's a couple of things that usually ends up causing that, and unfortunately, you know, you can't side seat everything on it. Sometimes it's pilot error, sometimes it's mechanical error, and sometimes it's overdues, is going beyond the limits of the aircraft to what it should be doing, or the safety area range for where it should be working in. So hopefully they weren't in any risky area that they were flying in. So, but it's always a shame. I lost one of my friends from his. He had a Velocity, which is basically like an experimental aircraft. I mean, he was a really smart guy. And he was also an airline pilot too. And he always tinkered with it. And unfortunately, I told him, I says, you gotta keep some of the safety parameters in there, and you can't hot rod these planes out like you would like a car. So, and unfortunately, he his velocity when he was coming, I think he was taking off and stuff. His linkage for his yoke when he pulled back and stuff, or when he was trying to come in, the linkage came loose and it caused the canard front to pop back, and it went up and it stalled. It put itself up, stalled itself out, and crashed, and that was it. So lost a good guy there. Yeah. So, but it happened. But that's the reason why you try to do everything you can to make sure you have it as safe as possible. I mean, there's just always the unknown that'll happen. But let's go with the bright pink here. See if we can get a little bit of highlight in the hair about that. And of course, let's see, throw a little bit of pink in there. And this pink is bright pink, so that's how it's how it's able to bring some of this color and depth out. So I'm going to put a little bit of hit in there, and you may not see it on the camera because of the lighting and stuff right now, but I'll take some images of this, and it'll really make it pop. Oh, Robert, thanks for liking the stream, brother. Appreciate it. Hope your day's been going well, brother. Hope you've been having a good time. You all set up for Thanksgiving. We're just doing a little bit of color study with some colored pencil here, trying to get everything back together on remembering how to do this. Last time I really did a color pencil blending and stuff, I think it was back in high school, a long time ago. Let's see if we can. Might be a little bit slow on the process of it, but get you a chance to see just exactly what goes into some of these colors that you'll see when they work on this. It's kind of hard to forget how much time goes into it when it's all time lapsed instead of in real time. So some people, I'm quite sure, are a little bit quicker than me, but and more power to them. But I'm not in a race. Alright, let's see if we can. What's kind of neat is the armor that I'm doing. I'm kind of, as you can see, it's kind of like a dark and a light side. So trying to add a little bit of variation, but a little bit of color piece into it. It should come out nice when it's fine, when it's all said and done. So should make a nice tension with that way, also for a push and pull. Sounds like my girls will probably be getting in soon. Let's see here. Fan kicked up a little bit on that computer. Must be loading up something. Okay. So, but once I get done with this piece, I'm gonna have to figure out what else we're gonna do next. I've been liking working with this art pad. This is like I think it's a 200 and 210 weighted paper, 210 gram. So it actually has a pretty good weight to it. And I like that it's not white, so it allows you to, when you do use white, you can brighten out a little bit. It's like an off-white color to it, which is pretty good. Maybe I got some gray and some charcoal or into some brown type paper like this. It's a little bit smaller of an artboard. Maybe we can do something neat with that. So. Let's go back to the dark umber and see if we can get some of these shadows put in a little bit more. Re-emphasize these shadows now that we got some color in there. And let's see, get that white we want to use, probably a warm, do I have a, yep, 30% warm gray. That should give us to where I can carry the shadowing of this piece of, I can carry the shadowing of this type of part of the armor that goes down a little bit to where it looks like it definitely overlaps on it, so I can carry the gray across here. And we want to add a slight bit of a pink hue to it because being it's white, it will match that glow from it's going to be coming off from the left as well, so we'll put a little bit of a hue up here as well. That way we keep a bit of a vibrance color to it. Alright, let's back to here. See if we can give a little bit of shadowing around these buttons. We kind of want it to roll a little bit this way, so we will darken the top part out. We want to darken the bottom part out here, the way the clothing folds. We want to work that through. Go to a dark brown maybe. Kind of blend over the top, the two together there, so it kind of has a nice little gradation. And it starts to get a little bit more of a warmer color as we go to a chocolate. There we go. Gotta run this along the back side here as well. There we are. Let's work a little bit of the chocolate up here as well. See how that pink still shines through in there. Such a bright color that even when you put a little bit of a dark chocolate over the top of it. And let's actually go back. Let's go to a dark brown here and see if we can hit a little bit of shading right here, or a little bit of shadowing right here. Doesn't have to be dark umber, but because it's not going to be nearly as heavy as it is. It's just more like a. There we go. Kind of play with it left and right, make it work. You'll blend back and forth. Multiple layers for colored pencils. At least the nice clean way of doing it. So it's like the skin and everything. It's actually, the skin tones actually were a mixture of purple. I had like some yellow, a little bit of orange in it. Had some pink, peach, light peach. So, Robert, it's pretty incredible. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this, so we're kind of doing a color study with it, and I've went through and made some selections of what we're working on with different colors and seeing how the colors blend in, and just to see what all runs through with it. So, how have you been, man? I hope everything's been going well with you. Hope you had a good weekend and a good day despite the rain. I know you live nearby me. Hope everything's been working out well. You got everything set up for Thanksgiving there, Rob? I know we got a lag, so I got to give them a few. I got a lag anyway put on it, so that way if I do see something pop up, I can actually try and catch it. Sort of like those spam messages. Let's see. There we are. Bring it back over this way. Let's. And I know you guys like it on the Facebook page, which is great also, because it helps me on getting up to that 10,000, stream likes and following on my page is good. But also on top of that, if you guys do get a chance, run over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button as well. And if you guys do have Twitch as well, if you can hit that, because I have to get 1,000 for YouTube and I have to get 50 for Twitch to be able to get some monetization on here, to where I can try and keep making this stuff, and I can actually make some tutorials for free, and that way you guys get it for free, and just a couple little ads can help. Ready for Turkey Day. Awesome, man. Yep, I'm going to be definitely ready for it myself. So, how's been those house builds and stuff? I've been seeing some of those renovations, remodelings you've been doing. So, they've been looking pretty good, brother. And I got a better camera coming on the way also. This is a little backup HD webcam. It's not really the best in the world. So, it's fast as shipping though. Let's run back over here to the chestnut. I'm going to have to add that to my order list to get some replacement colored pencils. Alright, let's run this on. And let's see. I got to start making some more training stuff, and I'm going to start making. I think I'm going to add on my Patreon account some of the when I do some of the training tutorials on how to draw and how to work on some of these things, or just how to do some coloring and stuff, just to where you can have a little bit of fun, relaxing time yourself. I think I'm going to add also some of my pieces and stuff in there, like to where they're downloadable, to where you guys can actually either get them, make them real inexpensive. That way I can still do the videos and stuff on YouTube and whatnot, and keep all that stuff for free. Thank you. My day job is slow, so I need to keep doing projects to keep my my thing's not one. Let me. Oh, my sanity. My text that multi-stream didn't. My little multi-stream chat didn't pull all the way down there. Yeah, it's sort of like this. My day job, I actually enjoy. I do enjoy my day job though. My day job, I enjoy both. I like this a lot more, but I haven't gotten it up to speed yet to where I'm able to do it just full time and hit it. But it's getting there. We're going to make it happen. Gone back and finishing my graphic design degree, and yeah, see how that's starting to come out? It's starting to look a little bit better. Let's see, maybe we take some of that out a little bit more. We don't need it that bright. There we go. Throw some chocolate back over there to get rid of some of the red and put more of the brown in. Alright. There we go. And then let's work back into the dark. Go back down to dark brown here and see if we can enrich that through and get rid of some of those little white spots that are in between. As it starts, working on planes isn't too shabby. No, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I do admit that it doesn't get to be the same old all the time, especially when I'm dealing with wire and whatnot. So I am very happy with that. I just love to draw. It's very relaxing, very calming. Love the design. So sort of like, there we go. But yeah, as now we're working, I worked from dark to light, and I started with sketching the colored pencil light. As I'm getting back here now and it's getting really more taking shape, it starts to choke up and choke up. How do I see this on YouTube? What is your channel? It's at Linthicum Arts is my ID for YouTube. So if you look at Linthicum Arts, you can actually see previous sessions I've done, and as soon as I get some more free time in, I'm going to start doing some actual drawing tutorials. But if you hit that and hit the subscribe thing, I'd appreciate it, brother. That'd be really nice to help me get to my monetization numbers. So, and as soon as it gets to monetization stuff, we'll do a little raffle thing for some of the people that are on there, and we'll give away some goodies, send some stuff out. Hit the mark for monetization. That should be pretty cool as well. And let's see. And of course, I got to get back to finishing up some of my storefront stuff that I have for some apparel and whatnot I've been designing. But like I said, I've been working on my graphic design degree to finish that off so I can play with this. I'm actually going to try and work on going towards be a UX designer as well. And hopefully Amazon will pick me up. So I'm in the running for with Amazon. That would be pretty cool. Then I can remote work from anywhere with Amazon and have some neat fun. And let's bring that down just a little bit. Maybe that could use a little bit of just a flatter right there. Oh yeah, not bad. There you go. Thank you for subscribing, Rob. I see that on my YouTube thing, a little pop-up. I appreciate that, man. Every bit counts. And I'll be posting shortly on my Facebook page. I'm an Amazon associate now. I'll be posting some of the stuff that I use and stuff that I've bought and whatnot, cameras and rigs and everything on there, to where if you guys decide you wanted to try any of it. I mean, I got a neat gimbal that I used when you watch the video I'm going to post for more Kami Gardens. I actually used this gimbal that actually held my cell phone. It'll hold my action camera also. But it actually worked out really, really well. The battery actually lasted longer than the action camera did. And it definitely didn't have any chattering to it. It was nice, smooth, and it was easy to work with, and it paired up easily. I'll have to do a review on that and show you guys how it works and whatnot. I'll do a video on that as well. So, there we go. Get a little of that pink in there. It's going to be really interesting. Is this thing's going to we're going to do a coloring over the top of it. And I haven't decided yet. I haven't done it in a while, but there's a type of clear that I can layer over this. I can actually, it's sort of like a saran wrap, but I can put it over the top of it, and I can actually then use some of my markers and actually render a little bit of a brightness over it. May give it a tint to it. Instead of it's sort of like having a layer, like if you did it on a computer and stuff, where you could just add a layer and then you can just put sort of like a soft glow or an overlay on it. But it's an analog way of doing it, so it works out that way. But yeah, that's actually came out. That actually looks pretty nice when I look back at it from a little bit of a distance there. So we're almost done with that section, and then I'll finish up this part and stuff down there. That way, we'll be one step closer. Right, and clean up some of the, smooth it out to where it looks all nice and filled in. There we are. Alright, well, I guess let's see here. You know, we could probably do a little bit of the gray, and we can actually probably fill in a little bit of this. I got some pencil lines that you probably can't see, but I have them here, so I'll have to use my kneaded eraser. These guys, if you've used all sorts of erasers and stuff whenever you're drawing, or if you've done anything like that, there's these polymer erasers. They're not bad for some colored pencil stuff, but I used to use them all the time. These guys, these kneaded erasers, because you can actually pull it open, and they actually flex a little bit. You can actually shape it to where you want, and these guys pull up beautifully the pencil marks and stuff. So that's why when you sketch, if you sketch lightly, you can actually take this and it'll pull it up to where it's almost invisible, to where you can still see your lines your construction lines you did, and then you can actually go over it. That way you can get this soft looking effect, so, without having a pencil line showing through the colored pencil, or getting a dirty washout look. So let me clean that off. And let's start out, we'll do it 10%. We'll actually go from light to dark, and we'll get it. I'm going to use a 10%. I'm going to use a, you know what? I've been using the warm gray. Let me go to grab some cool gray over here. Grab some of my other pencils here, and we'll do this little check to see what we want to do. Let's see, we got cool gray, 10, 20, 30%. I usually go only up to 30%. The other stuff is only like if it's more extreme, but typically. And the difference between the warm gray and the cool gray is the warm gray kind of has sort of like a yellowish, it feels like it's got a yellowish orangish tint to it, where these have sort of a blue into them. So it's our 10. Pardon the noise for the sharpener. But they need to be sharp. Oh, that one. That's more like it. Gets that extra junk off there. And I'm going to flip these upside down so that way I don't accidentally grab the warms. because you'll be able to tell the difference when you once you start putting it. Like I use the warm grays for her hair and for her little crown that she has up here, and for this portion of the white. So for the cloth that's going to flow around off the back of her outfit, I'm going to make it as a cool gray, so that way you can see a nice contrast and it doesn't kind of blend into each other. So first, let's see if we can run it on up. There we go. We're just going to lightly get it filled in, like so. And what I can do actually is what I might do is I might run a little bit of our 30% around and get some of the darkening area on it. So we'll probably work it. Let me bring this down so you guys can see it, because I'm going to be up here working up here. Let's see if we can. Oh, looks like he got popped. He looks like he got back on my YouTube thing. 1 second, guys. Let's hit that. Let's remove and remove. There we go. And we're done. Okay. And what we'll do is I'm going to do this one in light as well, because this, we're going to add a little bit of purple in with this gray as well. So that way it'll give us a little bit more of a tint to it, because the purple will actually work when we work with the further off of the when we actually make this toward this glow effect that we're going to have around the spear. So it'll be pretty neat to do a little bit of a purplish look to it. So there we go. Let's see here. I'm getting messages all over the place now. There we are. And we'll run that. Let's add a little bit of 30%. Now this is the 30% cool gray, which if I show you, you can actually see. You can probably be able to see the difference. I mean, this is warm gray, cool gray, so I'll do a little bit of a warm gray look here, so you can see on my scratch pad. And you can see the cool gray. And you may or may not see the difference immediately on it. It's very close, similar, very close. But let's see if I can put that up here so you can. So this one that's closer here, that's the cool gray, and the one further over is the warm gray. So it it has a different toning to it, which is, it works out all right. So let's see. Let's run this way. Let's bring this down so it gets into the camera. But there we go. And let's run this. And as I'm doing smaller, I mean, I can do longer straight. Looks great. I'll catch you in a bit. Going to hop in the shower. All right, Bri. I'll see you in a few, brother. But I use my wrist for some short little curve strokes, but if I'm doing a long one, you want to use your whole arm and lock this out, so that way you get a nice smoother stroke to it. So like that. If I was to do that, I'd pick up my arm. Let me slide this up there. Even though I got my glove on, I don't like to run it against there. So let's run this up. There we go. And let's see if we can run it down. Because I want to kind of make this a little translucent, to where you can see through it a little bit. I don't want it to be like to where it looks ghostly, but I want it to where you'll be able to see out through the whole piece. So And it's not as easy as just dropping the opacity, like I say, digitally, or if I was drawing digitally on it. So it does make things a lot smoother on that. But this actually does some pretty, you get to do some pretty creative goodies when you're doing it this way. At least in my opinion it is. So let's run at that. Maybe we'll do a lilac. Maybe we'll use a lilac color. The lilac's pretty popular actually. It's got a nice color to it that we'll add in. So we got that. Now we can just put that over here and go back to the 10. And we'll blend in with some of the 10%. And we'll run it over the top of that as well, because that'll just reinforce the 30% of the cool gray. And so it doesn't look flat. Like I said, we're going to add in a purple to it. That'll help give its showing of a little bit of opacity, because I think I'm going to do maybe a dark red or dark red purple type color background, but it'll be like more magenta with it, not just purple. So it'll be more closer on the warm side than the cool side. And like I said before, I'm actually not doing straight up and down lines. I'm actually doing circles through it, is what you want to do. And as I'm doing them, I'm actually rotating so the circles are going this way, to that way. So it actually doesn't have one line area on it, so you're not cutting into the page where it has an interesting little look to it. It actually kind of gives it a randomness to where it looks more even, and then when you add more coloring on it, it kind of blends smoother. So now you can, with colored pencil, you can, like I said, they do have colorless blending pencils, but you can also use a stump, a rub pencil type thing. Let me see if I can grab one of mine. I'll show you. Yeah, one of these guys that you can use with, like you do use a charcoal to kind of smooth it out. You can use this as well. And all it is just tightly wound paper. And if you ever need to clean them and sharpen them, I can show you how to do that. I'll probably do a little demo on that as well, so you can see, because we'll work on a piece in just pencil, and that'll be a good example for being able to do with that. So let's blend this guy in. Doesn't have to be too even, because like I said, we're just laying a base down on here right now to get started on it. And even then, like if some of the 30% was too heavy, I can actually go back over with my white colored pencil and I can actually fade that out a little bit, and we'll work it together to where it'll bring itself in. All right, let's go see if we can find a nice purple. Let's see here. I need to slide those over. Oops. What did I drop? Oh, that's a piece of the workstation. Let's see here. Alright. Let me grab my scratch pad. This is the same type color, as you can see. That page is a little bit wider than this page, so. But we want to go. The lilac is pretty good, but let me. It's kind of warm though. Let's see if maybe we'll go with a cooler looking color. Maybe Parma Violet. It's a slightly cooler color. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe we'll hold that one off to the side there. Lavender. Maybe lavender. Lavender, I think, still kind of warm though. Yeah, definitely warm. We're looking for more of a cooler look to it. Maybe Imperial Violet. Try out Imperial Violet. See how that looks. Oh, now that's got definitely a strong blue in it. I think we might stick with this Parma Violet. That should blend in nicely with the cool grays. Let me get it sharpened up. Throw that back down to the side. Let's see if we can get a little bit of violet in here. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Yeah, it's going to give us a nice ghosting to it. Let's see here. That should blend real nice. That way when we get it all filled in, it should work out good. We might actually, maybe we'll, let's see here, do we want to run that in with that a little bit more? Not too bad. Now, colored pencil, sometimes you get a little crazy on it. This little electric eraser is actually pretty good with colored pencil too, especially if you got a little tiny area you want to clean up, make the line look a little bit smoother to it, or if you put too much down. It's good for minor touch-ups. You don't want to go crazy with that though. You also want to make sure you get the rest of the eraser mark off of there. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to go way back on it to where I can do just a little light tinting with it. Not going anywhere crazy with it, and I'm rolling the colored pencil periodically. Now, what you can do is like with a regular pencil, like a mechanical pencil, if you're starting to shade and stuff, you actually want to get a nice flat area on it. And what I can do is I can do that. It'll allow me to lay a much. Allow me to lay the pencil a little bit flatter, and I can get a lot more coverage like that with it. So it's not too bad, but I like to have a little bit more control myself. Some people can like this the way it is like that. I'm not trying to get everything purpley on that. Let me see if I can just get a little tints in there, so when I add some more of the gray in, it'll start to look nice and won't look flat, but it won't be this won't be the main focus because it'll still be kind of cool, so it'll follow off the background. So once we get everything else done and we start to color in the background with it, it should bring it up nicely. Such a huge art piece though. So there we go. Let's run this one this way. There we are. Oh, I hear my dog go. There we go. Alright. But yeah, so now it's just not gray, it's just not flat by adding this Parma Violet color into it. We're going to leave that to the side so we can keep working with that. Let's do it 20%. And we'll grab with that as well. And we'll see if we can run this in just a little bit here and there. Alright. That way we get a little bit of the darkening on it. But we'll keep working it through. We're not going to put too much down because we're going to keep it still light. And as we slowly keep blending it in. There we go. Doesn't look bad at all. Alright. We got one more to do over there though, but we're going to get this one jammed out first. Let's head over to the 10%. And now we'll start getting this really tacked in nicely. We'll start filling in some of those little white spots to where it doesn't look so speckled. It'll start looking cleaner and cleaner as we go. There we are. And see how it starts to blend in that little bit of that Parma Violet to it. So run that there. push it over. So I'm starting to choke up a little bit more on the colored pencil and stuff, so I'm not so far ahead. So I'm not so far away now on it. So that way I'm putting a little bit more pressure on the colored pencil, just so it starts to blend in, it starts to push it in between. And it'll start filling in the rest of the little pore areas on it. Colored pencils do work good on, I think it's 200 gram or better type weighted paper. So, and even though I have only one sheet down, I actually have one of those healing mats underneath it, so it's not like I'm coloring on a hard piece of wood, because that can sometimes cause some issues. Like if you sketch and you do some drawing with some sketching, you'd want to have a couple pages down. That way you have a little bit of a padding to it, so you're not cutting into the paper so hard. So when you do go to shade or color, whether you're using colored pencil or regular pencil or charcoal or whatnot, you won't see all your your line marks where you have some grooves from the pencil. Just kind of makes your piece look a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, a little more professional looking. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, that's starting to come out a little bit better. All right. Already 8:11. Time flies, we're having fun. It's already 50 minutes left. Unbelievable. So, alright. Go right over that way. There we are. Look at that. Starting to come out pretty good. It's nice also is that little bit of lilac stuff is starting to bring out some more of the other colors out, the pink and the other tints out, that kind of blends with it. Or not the lilac, but the Parma violet. We're going to actually use a little bit of white in here too, just to kind of make it a little bit more milky and fade it. It should blend pretty good, or pretty well for the grammatically correct individuals. There we are. You see how the 10%, even if you put some good pressure on it, it doesn't blend in so dark, but yet it smooths and it blends in nicely with the purple and the medium gray, the 20% and the 30% cool gray. So it kind of helps out with the variant on that. And I love my new pencil sharpener. Handles all different sizes, and I can adjust whether I want a dull or a very sharp tip on it. I'll have to post that also. I got to pick that up as well, so you guys can see what that is. It works amazing. It is very nice. Let's see. There we are. Let's turn this and we'll blend it this direction now. So that way we're not blending the same line direction. There we go. So, got a little bit of a sharp tip. We can still bring it in, tuck it in between. go. Bring that tip back up. There we are. You guys probably can't see this. How do I get a coffee mug? There's a couple of different site areas on the Twitch site. You should be able to go into the About Me section on the Twitch panel, and you should be able to go down. There should be a link for one of the sites. If not, with my logo, yeah, I believe I have a couple of those on there. If not, there's my Streamlabs site. Let me 1 second. I'll see if I can post that in the chat. Give me 1 second here. We want to go to here. Let's open this up. No, not that one. See if I can do this right. Let's see, it should be. Pardon. I'll put my link for me on Streamlabs, because the Streamlabs I think has both on there. Let's go to here. Let's see. I should be able to have. It should be that. Let me see. Make sure that's correct. If it is, I'm going to paste it over. See if that'll do it. Yeah, that's the right. I think that's the right one. You should be able to see it on that. I think you'll be able to get on that. Let me come over to here. Let's go. Let's see. Streamlabs.com/Linthicum/arts/V2. This is a site where you can not only tip me if you want to for my work that I'm doing, but let's see if that did that pop through. Do it on my manager. Give me 1 second. Gotta go to my live stream dashboard. Let's see. Let's go down to here and hit my chat. Stream. And what I can do is I'll post on the Facebook as well. That's one area where you can see some of the stuff at. I'm not sure if it'll show everything, but I'll have to put my other on there. But that's one website you can check out. That one you can do tips. You can do. It'll show like some previous live stream areas that I've done on Streamlabs, and it has like a little shop area on there. I'm not sure if it shows everything on there, but it might. And if not, like I said, I'll post on Facebook my link to both the my Spring account and my Streamlabs one. But I appreciate that. And when you do buy something from there, it pops up on the screen also and says, so just that way it can show the appreciation, which I do. So let's see, let's get this violet back in here. Okay. So instead of using black to have for the lining on it, like you would like for like see how the line art is done up and like the inking is like a black. So and it's very strong and very prominent as you can tell. What I'm doing for this I'm using the purple to get that same line coloring, but not to where it's so harsh and so sharp on it. So, and we will use the 10 and blend it to where it has a smooth feel to it, to where it blends in nicely to the rest. And got a little bit of fuzz, so we're going to make it. Going to use this little electric eraser just to pick some of that colored pencil right on up. And then we'll brush it off. And we will use this a little bit here as well to grab it. So we can, now that it's been picked up, a kneaded eraser doesn't do that great with colored pencil, but if you use a eraser like that to where you can get it bulked up and picked up, it actually doesn't work out too bad. Alright, let's run this on in. There we go. And let's run this right on in here a little bit. Let's keep working this 10% cool gray in to where it blends it and smooths it, because it might look a little dark at first in some areas to where it doesn't feel right, but we're going to go back over it again with some white to blend it even more and smooth it out even more. Get rid of some of these little hash marks in here. So, I'm back. She looks awesome. Thank you, Brian. Yep, we're getting it. We're working on the kind of translucent cape. It's like a bit of a cape in the back there. So get this cleaned up. I'm going to use some actual, this is just white, simple white Prismacolor Premier, and we're going to use to smooth this out even more, and it'll give us some of our translucency, some of our softer areas. There we are. You're welcome. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. With the white, it's gonna kind of gives it like almost like it's smooth and smudges a little bit, which is going to give it that texture look we want for the cloth, because we don't want it to look all colored pencil where it has like that little bumps and too much texture on it. We want it to kind of a little bit of a smoothing, almost sort of like it looks like silk. So that's where we're going to start choking up a little bit more on a colored pencil. That way we really get that blend look in. And then we can finish it off by doing small little lines with a little bit of a purple, just to give some areas that we want to have a little bit more sharper of a contrast on. And if it gets too much, you go back to an opposite color and blend it back out a little bit. Kind of working too up high on you guys. Let me roll my chair back a little bit so that way you guys can see this. So get this, bring this in. There we are. I'm actually going to pick up some of these colorless blending pencils as well when I make my order. So, and give them a shot, see how they work out well with the colored pencil. I got a couple other ones that actually work out for when I did with some of my markers and whatnot. They got some pretty good pencils that work with that. I actually might have the colorless blender somewhere around here. have to see. I got so many art supplies. There we go. Getting a little bit of a buildup, which isn't bad. That means that we're getting a nice waxy coating over the top there of the colored pencil on it. Take some of that extra. Alright. It has been a pretty good switch doing this, working on this big piece instead of working digitally all the time. Kind of get a little bit more of a feel again, get more of a tactile response back. Even though it does have good pressure sensitivity on my laptop that I use, that I draw on and stuff on there sometimes. And it is good to stand up because I'm at my standing station when I do that. So there we go. Starting to get that sharp look, but it's not. It's like a kind of has like a little bit of a Casper feel to it. Casper, a friendly ghost. Get to hear everything that goes on through my head as I'm working along. I'm already trying to think of what I'm going to work on next after this, even though I got some little bit more time left on this guy. I might actually do. I don't know. We'll see how the time goes with Thanksgiving. Whether I'm going to do a live stream on Thursday or not. I may not, but I might. We'll see. If we're all kind of relaxed and stomachs distended. Mine won't be. I don't eat that way. Don't eat that way anymore. But if everybody's kind of relaxed out on that, we might actually do that. Put on a live stream and kind of help digest and relax a little bit there. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah. See if I can put that up a little bit closer so you guys can get a better shot of that. See how it kind of gives it a little bit more of a cooler feel. There we go. Get some of that excess colored pencil off. Alright. I'm definitely going to have to add some extra colored pencils on for my order. Anyway, it's good to go through them. Don't ever try to hold on to them. Always use them. It's like a good pair of roller skates. If you never use them because you don't want to get them messed up, well, it won't fit eventually. So, if you get them, use them. Have some fun with them. That's the point of them. There we go. Let's work on the lower half again, and we'll work our way back up there to it. There we are. A little bit of wish we could play regular 80s and 90s hits and stuff, but I'd get banned real quick. This isn't bad though. It's got a nice little beat to it. Kind of keeps you moving on it. Of course, anybody else here in the house and stuff sees me just kind of bobbing my head along, and they can't hear it because it's only coming through my headphones. So I could look crazy to them, maybe not. There you go. A couple more flips. Oh, I can't wait till I get this other computer up and running. It's a pretty good size one too. Most of it's from parts that I had laying around from other computer stuff. So, alright, let's see if we can clean up some of this Gonna pinch this to where I got a nice little sharp point to where I can get real tight up close. Clean up some of that stuff around there. Yeah, that don't look bad. There we go. Let's hit a little bit of it over here too. Clean up a little bit around here. That way when you get ready to do the background, that way when we get ready to do the background and stuff, we'll have to worry about that. There we go. Go back in here. We're just gonna do some nice, simple, clean lines. We're only going to have some areas that are going to be thick. Some areas are just going to be kind of implied a little bit. Bring a little bit of the purple back. A little bit of purple here. Bring that back in a little bit. Let's blend this one out a little bit more up here. Don't need it to be that sharp. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, let's see. We'll put a little bit over here. Gonna have to darken this area up in here anyway a little bit. It's gonna have a little bit of shadowing to it, and we'll use the purple for that. Or violet. There we go. Bring it down. There we are. And let's put that back down there. We'll actually grab a little bit of the 10% cool gray to help blend that in without fading it out too much. There we are. Alright, we got one side of that at least done up. We'll run back down here to the lower half. I'll put him up here. And let's throw the cools upside down like that so I don't get them mixed up with the warms. Let's go back to the chestnut. How much time we got? We got about a half hour. Excellent. Let's see if we can go over to clay rose. Work a little bit lighter color in this. Let's see if we can run this on in. Have to work on a piece one day where it works with my watercolor markers, and we'll have to do we'll have to do some color tests with that, because you can actually put in a little bit of it's almost like a dilution when you on it, to where you can actually have it to where it starts from a lighter color to a darker color as you actually color with it, or actually lay down some of the watercolor on it. Should makes it look pretty cool. So one thing I do miss over here also is my microphone that I have over there. I like a lot better, and the headset, but this is nice. It's pretty nice. Very nice. We'll just leave it that way. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Gonna bring a little bit of color to some of these spots. There is a method to my madness. And let's run this down in here. We'll go light all the way down in here. Oh. At the end of those tracks. Oh no, there's another one. Yeah. Let's see here. We want to get a little bit of a light looking color, and we'll choke in on a little bit more before we can get that brightness in. And back over to chestnut. Alright. this right on over. Bring it over here a little bit more. Not bad. Let's see. Might actually. Let's see. We might actually put a little bit of. Grab a little bit of that bright pink also. Give a little bit of color, a little bit of depth in with that. Because the way that that leg's moved forward and that's forward, with the way it's going to glow, it's going to cast a little bit of a glow also down here. So we'll add a little bit of a pinkish color in there. That way it gives a little bit more vibrance to it. Prevent it from looking flat. There we go. Yeah. Put some over on this too. Bring it up here a little bit closer. I'm going to get a different arm also for this camera too to match my other one. We'll put it up a little bit closer so you can kind of see some of the pink and whatnot in there. So, all right. Put a little pink in the middle of that. Run it down the bottom. Put this on the edge. Run it in there. And we'll even put it somewhere right here. We'll blend some of that in with it. All right. Okay. Grab a little bit of something to drink. Ah. Pardon me. Let's see. If you guys have HBO Max, they have a new Christmas Story movie called A Christmas Story Christmas, where if you watch the first one with Ralphie and his Red Ryder BB gun, this one is actually where he's grown up and he goes back home with his family. And I watched it, and it's a phenomenal movie. It actually is really good. So if you like the original one, it definitely is a good add-on to it. So definitely worth the watch. So you have to check that out. Let's see. Like I said, it'd be cool if I could actually do that to where we could do a watch party. We'll put that on too, as for like some Christmas celebration stuff. So I'll have to see what I can do with that with HBO Max. See if I can if that can be allowed. So. Nope, but it sounds like a great movie. Yeah, they also had the first Christmas Story movie on there when they were the kids and stuff. And that was a good one to watch too. I love watching it. So if you haven't seen it, got to get a chance to check it out. And you're nearby, Brian. If you don't have HBO Max or anything like that, you can always come by. And we can check it out. Let's bring that up a little bit more so I'm not so close to the bottom of the table. Let's see here. Bring that in. We're going to burn through this chestnut on this drawing. I know we are. I think that's why I have two sitting in my shopping cart to order more of. Even though you buy the big like 300, I have the big 300. I have to do that sometime. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Come on over. Have a hangout time. Watch some movies and relax. blend in with that pink. Yeah, because we still got we did a little bit more of that clay rose here. That's what I'm getting that interesting color out of. Might have to bring a little bit more of a chocolate color in here as well. Start darkening it out. Some chocolate. There we go. Start giving a nice warm brown color. Now, the nice thing is you don't have to worry about the extreme edge. I'm not going to worry about the extreme edges too much, because when I put this in a frame, it'll be matted, so it'll have a little overhang on the top of it anyway, so we won't catch some of the bottom half here, where you can't really get a good blend in. That is looking better though. And this guy we're going to add probably a different brown in there just so it doesn't blend over so much. There we go. Getting 8:42. We're going to be running out of time shortly. Let's grab a little bit of white here, and we're going to brighten that up a little bit on this corner. There we are. Let's hit a little bit of chocolate. Go. Get a little bit more of that brown in. Monarch, unfortunately, Dan, thank you for liking the stream, brother. Appreciate it. Monarch, unfortunately, is a repeat and we'll be back on next week new again. Oh, they got a rerun tonight. Oh, well. So I'll watch something on Netflix or read before I call it a night. Netflix, does Netflix have that? Does Netflix have the 8-bit Christmas? Or is that HBO Max as well? If you haven't watched also, 8-bit Christmas is pretty good. Neil Patrick Harris made it, I think, last year. He was in it and stuff. That was a really good movie, too. Based in a time when we were growing up. But I think 8-bit Christmas is on HBO Max though. I'm trying to remember. They kind of all blend in. I haven't heard of it. That's cool. Yeah, no, it came out last year, and I think it might be HBO Max is on, but Netflix is it could be on Netflix. I get them mixed up and whatnot. I like HBO Max also because of Big Bang Theory. No matter how many times I've watched those, I still laugh. It's still hilarious. All right, 8:45. Let's actually see if we can bring in a little bit more of a warm. Maybe we'll try some pumpkin orange on that band. Let's see. We'll put a little bit here in the lighter section of it first. See if that can help separate it from the other ones here. Oh yeah, I think that'll do nicely. Yeah, that pumpkin orange should bring it out nice. That way you can still differentiate it. it'll still look like it's the same material, but it'll have a little bit more rise to it to where, there we go. Yeah. Easy to do. I love the spin-off of that show, Young Sheldon. I think I've maybe watched maybe an episode or two of Young Sheldon. I heard it looked pretty cool actually. It was pretty funny. So I'll have to get back and check that out some more on it. There we are. Let's see. And let's see. Let's bring this guy in. Bring that down. Blend some of that clay. Let's go to clay roses. No, let's actually go back to chestnut. See if we can get these guys to come together. Yeah. That way we'll have a nice difference. Yeah, it's funny. Reba has been on it a few times. The lady who played Barbara Jean on the Reba show. Yeah. Well, I think she also played not only Barbara Jean, but I think she also is that the same lady that played as Roseanne's sister on the Roseanne show? Because Leonard was from Roseanne as well originally. You know, he was the boyfriend of Darlene on there, and she's been on actually Big Bang Theory too. She pops in as a special guest every now and then. Lay this guy a little bit flat there and get a little bit more spread on it. Let's see. Oh wow, that's cool. I don't know, I only saw that show a few times. Yeah, they got some fun. It's some funny stuff. Stephen Hawking on there every now and then. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now let's go to the dark brown. Let's see if we can get some of these darks put back in here, and then we'll start cleaning it up, making the lines look all nice and smooth. Let's start putting a little bit more pressure down on it. Put it over here as well. There we go. Alright, let's run this on over here. Get some of this dark brown done up on some of these pieces. There we go. And we'll put a little around. It's got a nice little beat to it. Let's see. Rock will go up tonight 9:57 if it isn't canceled. There's no rocks go up this late this afternoon, but they said there was lightning in the air, so they scribbled it until Saturday afternoon. Just the one tonight is still on so far. Yeah, not Tesla, SpaceX. Man, I think they got 4 or 5 left for this month that they need to try and get up. And if not, it's got to get pushed over. So they got quite a bit of them on the schedule when I was looking at it earlier. We were talking about that at lunch, actually. That there was just the way this kind of drizzly weather's been. It's been not the best. So there we go. Start shaping out some of this. Run this guy up a little bit. All right. we're getting that. It's getting there. Let's see if we can run him that way and that way. It's looking pretty good and dark. Not bad. Let's hit some more of the chocolate now. Go back to the chocolate. There we go. Start closing in, blend in, and start getting rid of some of those little white texture areas. And there we go. You don't want to go too crazy. Just enough to get the lighting we want. But we're going to be running out of time. We got like it's 8:51 already on my clock. Well, play with it some more. There we go. Alright. I guess I can bring the chair up a little bit now. Now I don't have my drawers. I had to pull the drawers out so that my workstation would fit in there. I can raise that chair up a bit. Don't feel like a little toddler anymore. Alright, let's go to the chestnut again. And let's bring a little bit of a warm color into that. We'll run that in there as well. We want to still got a little bit of that pink showing. We're going to bring that back out again on it. So there we go. All right. So now you guys at least can see or get an idea how long sometimes this colored pencil stuff works, especially when you're trying to figure out what colors you want to use. And of course we spent about 2 hours the other night finishing the penciling and inking up on it. That was pretty good. Alright. Let's go to the clay rose here and see if we can brighten out a couple of spots on here. There we go. Run it along this side as well. There we are. Brighten out some spots here on this. What time we got? Oh, it's getting about time to wrap it up. Get a little bit more down on this. We'll close up and throw a little bit of pink down. And then we'll call it. Put some clay rose in. Let's grab a little pink just for a little bit more to bring back some of that light that we want to do. We're going to run that pink there. Run some pink in there. We're going to run some pink through there to get rid of some of that faded look. Like I said, we don't want it muddy and washed out, so we're going to... The clay rose kind of has a dull look to it. Looks like a kind of like a light clay bar type brownish color. And then you run over it with the pink, and it starts to make it vibrant. It gives it a doesn't give it such a bright pink color like what you see like here. This is the color that I'm actually using, which is that bright old thing right there. So, but with it going and blending on top of the clay rose and stuff, it actually mutes it just enough to where it gives you a nice little bit of a glow tone to it. Works out pretty well. So by itself, bright as all get out. Let's clean off some of that so that way we won't have to worry about that messing with everything. Alright, so let's see here. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll tilt it a little bit, maybe it'll get a little bit better of a color to it when I tilt it. There you go. We're making some more progress on that. Scan it down a little bit. There we go. And you see how that orange gave that to where it's got a different feel than this and all the rest. Even though it's going to look nice, it's going to blend into where it feels like it's all the same type material piece, but it's going to definitely not just mesh into there and kind of become a blob. Well, guys, it is 8:57. I've got a few minutes left, so I thank you for hanging out with me. Hope you guys had some fun learning some of the colored pencil stuff and some blending. It's a great practice thing for me to get myself back into it, and also a good color theory and color study. So I hope you guys have a good night. Hopefully the rocket will go up. You guys have a good Wednesday, and in case I don't come on the live stream for Thursday, you have yourself a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on the other side of that. I think probably by Tuesday, if I don't do it on Thursday. I think Tuesday will be December, so we'll have to play with the December overlay. We'll have to come up with some neat ideas that we want to do with that. Maybe that's what we'll do on Tuesday. We will do some concept sketches for what we want to do and have for our Christmas theme. So anyway, good night everybody. Love you guys. God bless. And of course, see if we get my mouse working. Let's create something together. Take care now.